The Adventures of Puss in Boots is the Netflix spin-off series that began in 2015 and ended in 2018. It tells the story set before the first Puss in Boots, where Puss is on his journey when he stumbles across San Lorenzo and meets Dulcinea and many other new friends. He must protect the town from all the bad guys that try to invade the area and to stop them from robbery. So I decided to watch The Adventures of Puss in Boots to prepare for Puss in Boots 2 The Last Wish. I was just curious to see what the show was like. I am so excited for Puss in Boots 2. I can't come soon enough. I am so excited for it now. So, I finished The Adventures of Puss in Boots recently, and I had seen a few episodes of the first season when it first came out. I remember actually, it used to be on, a few episodes were on YouTube, and I had my tablet and I was watching it, and I was eating my shortbread while watching it. Just a nice memory I have of it. But now I've finally seen the whole show. After watching it, I think The Adventures of Puss in Boots is a really, really good series. I had a lot of fun with this show. It's not perfect, it's not amazing, but oh boy, this is a really, really, really good series. And I mean really good. The storyline is really engaging, it's a lot of fun. The journey of Puss in San Lorenzo and the other towns that he visits is really interesting. It's quite compelling actually, and it's nice to see what his character is like before, the first Puss in Boots movie and before the Shrek movies. It's really good stuff. It's really well written. The show is centered around him, but it also gives time to develop the other characters. And it's really focused on the characters, and it's some really good stuff. The story is a lot of fun. It's nothing too serious. I would say the tone is the exact same as Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. Even some of the jokes and the dialogue really do remind me of Legends of Awesomeness, even the voice acting. But it's such a genuine, fun, delightful show. I think this is a really fun show. The storyline is great. It's really well written and very engaging. The animation is really nice. It's not amazing, and I suppose looking at it now, it's maybe a little bit dated, but for TV standards, it's a really nice looking TV show, and I believe this was the third DreamWorks show to ever be released on Netflix. So, yeah, I definitely think in terms of TV animation, DreamWorks has come a long way since they first did Turbo Fast, King Julian, and the Puss in Boots show. But the animation is really good. The fight scenes are a lot of fun, and it's just the action in the show is great, and the voice acting is really good. Eric Buzz's performance as Puss in Boots is so good. I genuinely, when I was younger, I used to think that was Antonio Banderas. It really does sound a lot like Antonio Banderas. So credit to Eric Bauza and Mick Winger, who played Poe in the Kung Fu Panda TV shows. They do great jobs sounding a lot like the original actors. Like, oh my god, Eric Buzz's performance is great, and everyone else gives really good voice performances to their characters. And the characters in the show are really good. I really liked Puss in this series. His arc is very well written, and his story is quite good, and it's nice to see more of what he was like before he met the character of Shrek. Dulcinea is pretty good, her character development is quite nice, and she has good chemistry with Puss. There are times, yeah, where she can be a bit full of herself, but for the most part, she's quite a solid character. Toby is absolutely hilarious. There are times where he does act dumb, yes, but it's so funny to watch him, and some of the dialogue with Toby and Puss is very witty, very well written, and can be very, very funny to listen to. The other kids are quite good too. Each one has time to develop, and they all have a really good relationship with Puss. It's also very nice to see them all interact with one another. I also really like the character El Gato Blanco, the mentor of Puss in Boots. I really like this character. I think he's a great addition to the series, and his bond with Puss is really well done, and it's very interesting seeing his development. There's also some other characters such as the wizard, the other people in the village, and while some characters are less memorable than others, there is some forgettable characters. But the show has a really good cast of characters. The music of the show is really great. The music they used for the end credits got stuck in my head. I think it's very catchy. It really does sound very similar to the soundtrack they used in the Puss in Boots movie. If they were to use the soundtrack from the TV show and the Puss in Boots movies, I think it would be really good. I think it would be really cool because it really does fit the tone and feel of the Puss in Boots series. There is a few flaws. Sometimes the episodes can be a little forgettable. Sometimes the episodes can be a bit bland, a little bit corny, but nonetheless, this is a very, very, very solid show in my book. I really liked it. Overall, The Adventures of Puss in Boots is a solid series. The story is fun, the animation is decent, the characters are fun, and the music is quite catchy. This is a show that's definitely worth a watch and serves as a nice spin off series for the Shrek franchise. I'm going to give The Adventures of Puss in Boots an 8 out of 10. And as for my thoughts on the Netflix interactive special, Puss in Book Trapped in an Epic Tale, it's nothing amazing, but it's definitely an interesting one to check out. So that's it for my review of The Adventures of Puss in Boots. We are nearly there to Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. Oh boy, I can't wait. Stay tuned for my next review, which is going to be on Puss in Boots: The Three Diablos. I can't wait to talk about that. And until then, everyone, take care, guys. Thank you all for watching, and skadoosh.